Okay, there it is. There I am. I was trying to figure this whole thing out because I just started using this new computer. So I hope that y'all all can hear me and y'all all can see me out there. Thank y'all so much for joining me today for another episode of Desk of Dasia. I hope you guys have been enjoying your weekend, and thank y'all for tuning in with me today on Sunday. I know a lot of y'all just spending time with y'all family or whatever and winding down and getting ready for the work week. So I definitely appreciate you all for tuning in with me today. I'm gonna get into one of these questions that came across my desk. Before I do that, if there's anybody that's out there that haven't watched an episode yet, how this works is people send in questions to me and they send them in and I address the questions. They are anonymous. I post them on the page. So if you are not following Desk of Asia on Facebook, make sure that you are following the page on Facebook. And also be sure that you are subscribed to the actual YouTube channel, which is Desk of Asia as well. So how this works is people just send those questions in to me. I post them in depending on the topic. Sometimes they have their own show. Some I address the different questions in one segment. It just depends on the actual topic and how much time we could spend on it. If you're on the feed right now, be sure to go ahead and share the video so we could get some eyes on this before we get into this particular topic. If you are following the page, I'm sure that you were able to see what the question was that came across my desk. Give me one moment. Let me get to this question, y'all, because this was kind of juicy. I had time to think about it over the weekend, and I had a lot of thoughts about it. Let me find it. One moment, y'all. Okay. This was the question that came across my desk. The person who wrote in said, it's a long story, but long story short, my best friend of 23 years has been through a lot with men. I've seen her go through 2 divorces, domestic violence, and miscarriages. She's in a new relationship now, and she is really happy. From what I can tell, he treats her well, but when I was out with my husband for dinner, I saw him out with another woman. Child, I didn't think anything of it until they walked out and he grabbed her hand. That's interesting. Should I tell my friend? When I first read this, I was just like, this is a whole lot. First of all, the lady who is the friend that has the man, she has been through a whole lot. She has been through 2 divorces. She said the lady been through 2 divorces, domestic violence, and miscarriages. So I know when people have dealt with that level of trauma, that they actually feel like there is not any what they call it, a light at the end of the tunnel. They feel like they're gonna live in misery for the rest of them lives. They just can't they can't see the sunshine because of the rain. So when they get in situations that make them happy, a lot of times they don't want to detach themselves away from it. And I feel like as a friend, knowing everything that woman has been through, if this particular situation give her happiness, if being oblivious to what's going on give her a sense of happiness, if she's happy right now in the situation and she hadn't came to you with anything complaining to you about this man, I really do feel like you ought to keep it to yourself. Don't take that from her. Another thing what people need to understand is you never know other people's relationship dynamics. You never know, even though that's your friend and y'all been friends for 23 years, you have to keep in mind that a lot of people out here live these different alternative lifestyles, and you never know what type of arrangements that they got going on that you're not privy to. So it's just best to keep your mouth closed, because what it end up happening is you might run and tell her something. And y'all, hold on, I got my Chick-fil-A, my little background is blowing in the wind. Let me cover my Chick-fil-A cup back here. Now, child, y'all ain't told me nothing. You hear me? But anyway, you don't understand the dynamics of people relationships. And so they might have this little thing going on. They might be polyamorous or anything. You don't know that. So it's probably best that you mind your business. Also, say for instance, if you go and tell your friend that you saw her man cheating on her, you never know how she's going to take it, and she might not want to leave him. And for whatever reason, people feel like every time you find out that your man is cheating on you, you're supposed to leave. And if you don't leave, you're stupid. Now it's probably going to start putting a strain on y'all relationship with each other, because she's going to feel like you judging her. You feel some type of way about her now that she didn't leave her man. And now the streets know that he's cheating on her. So you could probably save her a lot of embarrassment by keeping your mouth closed. Also, do you really know that was him? That's her man, not your man. So you out with your man. I don't even know where you was sitting in the restaurant, but all at the same time, if you was focusing on your man that was in front of you, you shouldn't be looking all around to see what everybody else got going on in the first place. And I know when it's your own man, you know his angles. You know how he look in every single angle. I'm not. This sounds like it's a new relationship that she's in. So even though you've been knowing her for 23 years, you haven't been knowing this man for 23 years. You just met this man. I'm sure you're not even really sure about everything that goes on in a relationship based on what you said. You said from what you can tell, he treats her well. So that means that you don't have a rapport for real with this man in the first place. So if that's the case, I'm sure you haven't been around him a lot for you to be just able to point him out in a crowd. And there are lookalikes out here. So you got to take that into consideration. You might be dealing with an optic illusion or anything. Who's to say? So you in a restaurant with your man, you see this man out. And then too, you don't even know the relationship status of the person that he was actually out with. Because how much of this man business have your friend told you? You don't know any of that. So it's best in this particular situation to keep your mouth closed. And then you also have to take into consideration what type of friend you are. There are a lot of friends that are out here, like, even though you've been through a lot, it sounds like through the duration of y'all friendship, through the 23 years y'all been together, that lady has been through a whole lot. So you probably have always been that friend that she had to come to and confide in. You always been that rock. You always seen her in a bad place. Y'all kind of trauma bonded. So a lot of times when people bond like that, and they be friends, and it's imbalanced, and you got that one friend that's always supporting the other friend, it's like once that friend that's been in the supportive role all the time starts seeing that this person is happy and they don't need them for moral support, emotional support, and things like that anymore, they start being jealous. They start having an issue with seeing you happy, or feeling like they're losing their friend, or whatever the case may be. They be trying to find holes in the situation because they feeling some type of way that you're healing, and you got another thing. So you got to take into consideration, like, what level are y'all at? And if you have ever done anything when this lady have seen some sunshine to make her feel like you weren't happy for her, because she could very well turn around and look at you like you just being a hater. And I'm gonna tell you something. If that lady been through all of that you're saying that she has been through, and what's keeping her happy and keeping her sane and making her feel good for waking up every morning, or whatever the case may be, if that's what it is, she 9 times out of 10, she's not going to let that man go anyway. So leave her alone, let her be. Somebody, when I posted the question, I shared it from Desk of Dasia, and I shared it on my main page. And when I shared it on there, somebody said, is she really a friend if she has to ask that question? Let me see what Valerie said. Valerie said, facts. Getting in the middle of other people's relationships can be dangerous. It could be very dangerous. and you have to, when you're younger and you're teenagers and y'all have this thing where y'all kind of like all know the same boys and stuff, and y'all telling each other business, and you running back saying, oh, I saw him doing this and I saw that younger stuff. That's cool. But when you get older or whatever, you want to be very careful with telling things like that, because like, one, you don't know this man for real. I'm assuming based on how that was written, how they came across my desk, I'm assuming that you don't know this man for real, everything he got going on in his family. You don't know the dynamics of their relationship. It's a whole lot of things that you don't know for you to be speaking up on it. Now, I will say this. If it was a thing where he came to her, well, I'm sorry, if there was a thing where the friend came to her and said anything about the man and she feeling away and she suspecting something, at that time, I feel like it's okay to be like, well, quiet as it's kept, I was out at the restaurant with my husband and I think I saw an old boy who is some chick, and I ain't think nothing of it, but when they got up, he grabbed her hand, so I don't know what that is, and I probably try to describe how the chick look and everything to see if she know her, but that's about as far as it's gonna go. I'm gonna keep that to myself. And then also, because of this being something new, one thing about it, the friend that's in the relationship with the man that is supposedly cheating, when she confront him, she gonna bring up the fact that her friend ain't gonna give the friend name. My friend told me she was out with her man and she saw you with another woman. Now that man not gonna like you. Now you finna deal with a whole nother type of situation, because now that man is not gonna like you because you run around here running your mouth. Keep that to yourself. Thanks y'all so much for tuning in with me today. Make sure y'all are sharing this and make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Donna say a friend is not going to tell you that they are dating another woman, man. We never know. A friend is never going to tell you they are dating another woman, man. We never know. You know what? That is that's deep. You know, that's kind of going somewhere else with it, but that is deep. And just since you put it across the screen, I will say this: sometimes people will tell. It just depends. But in this particular case, if you weren't on here when I first went live, in this particular case, a friend was this lady was out at a restaurant with her husband, and she saw her friend man out at the restaurant with another woman, and she's assuming that they're dating. She don't know for real. So she really do just really kind of need to mind her business. And I feel like her eyes shouldn't have been wandering all around the restaurant. Keep your eyes focused on the man that is in front of you. Like how Tyrone Davis said, you ain't see my hat. Then it showed on me, your sister done lied on me. She ought to take it all back. All I got to say is this about that. You didn't see my draws. Quit telling on folks. Fuck around, have a mistaken identity. Jazz says, I think I remember you telling me that you can potentially lose your friend for coming to her about her relationship. You definitely can. If your friend ain't coming to you complaining about the man, if your friend is not coming to you complaining about the man, then you keep whatever little piece of tea you got to yourself. Now, if she come in complaining and you got some tea brewing, then hey, I say go ahead and tell her. But I feel like with everything that woman has been through, if being oblivious to a situation or whatever is keeping her happy, So be it, man. While you sitting up at the restaurant, to be perfectly honest with you, I hope you don't stop sending me questions. If you're on here watching, I hope you watched after you sent me a question to address. But your husband that you should have been keeping your eyes on while your eyes wandering all through the restaurant, he might be cheating on you. Just because you don't have any signs that somebody is cheating, just because you don't know anything, you don't know that man is cheating or not. So while you feeling like you got the perfect mate and everything is going good at home with you, and you in some type of position to run and tell that, you better make sure you done swept across your own front door. You better make sure that you know for sure that your business is tight while you run around here carrying a bone. Because what you want somebody to come tell you that? And if somebody did come tell you that, are you going to leave your husband? And I don't even know how long you've been married, but come on now. One thing about when it comes to infidelity, I feel like this. If that man is cheating on her and he out in the open in the streets or whatever the case may be, he dead wrong. That the fact that he ain't trying to like hide it or whatever the case may be. And maybe he did go to a location that he felt like it was safe to be out here with. But my thing is this. If a person haven't given you any signs of infidelity, then why are you going to look for it? And that's the reason why I say, if the friend haven't came to you telling you she feel the way, or he has given her any signs of infidelity, don't even bring that to her attention. If somebody is being unfaithful, let me tell you, if somebody is being unfaithful, whatever is done in the dark, it's going to come to the light. Whatever she needs to know, it's going to come to her. She don't need no outside forces. A woman's intuition is a MF, and y'all know that. She don't need no type of outside forces to be coming to her or whatever. Because at the end of the day, any woman in any situation like that, they ain't going to make a move on the situation and leave it until they feel like it. You could tell that man could cheat on her for 4 and 5 years, but as long as he's doing whatever he's doing to satisfy any emotional need that she has, the reason why she's with him, she's not going anywhere. And people need to really understand it. Donna said, what if your friend tells you to let her know if you ever see anything suspect? That's a good question. If my friend tell me to let her know if I see anything suspect, I'm not, because I'm not no private investigator. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me to be sitting up here. I got my own man. The lady said she married. She got her husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be around here looking for blues clues to figure out what your man is doing. You know what I'm saying? I saw that man. I think I saw this. I'm sitting up here thinking. I don't know for sure. I think I saw your man at the restaurant. I think that he's cheating on you. I think that he's cheating on you because I saw him grab her hand and all that. I'm not running back to my friend with that petty mess talking about, I think I seen your man at the restaurant, and I think he with her because he grabbed her hand. No, ma'am, I'm not running back with all that. If you want to collect facts and data or whatever the case may be, you need to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat, and you need to do that yourself, because I got my own man to worry about and cry about if I need to. I'm not finna be chasing your man down around the city looking for blues clues, trying to figure out the status of your relationship. I'm not telling you nothing. So I don't even want to be that invested in my friend relationship or business. I don't even want to know that much of her relationship for us to even have a conversation where we start talking about, if you see something suspect, then let me know. People be doing that in the ghetto. That's some old ghetto ratchet hood stuff right there. If you see something, then let me, I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I got my blinders on like everybody else. I'm going to keep my blinders on like she got her blinders on. She the one that go to sleep with that man every night or whatever. If she don't feel away, if nothing makes her feel suspect, I ain't going to have no feeling towards that man and his relationship status with her. That ain't my business. I'm going to keep I'm gonna keep my business to myself because she could still tell me to tell her if I were to see something. Then when I tell her, she still gonna be mad at me. She still ain't gonna leave that man, and she gonna put a damper on our relationship, and the nigga not gonna like me. And I ain't got time to be out here trying to box your man because I'm running my mouth, and I should have been paying attention to my man that was sitting in front of me. No, ma'am. I hope you have a whole lot of other friends that's gonna help you investigate, because I'm not the one. I'm not helping you with no investigation when it comes to the man. Now, if you come to me, now I done had a case where, my friend done came to me, and this is a true story. I've had a situation where my friend came to me and was like, girl, look at this picture. What you think? That's her, came with her little Blues Clues. She came to me and was like, girl, what you think about this? And we saw a shadow in the picture. Because the man had told her that his son had a baby, but the baby was all at his house. And so we was like, that don't even make sense for a newborn baby. And the mother of the child, it ain't like he's saying his daughter had a child. He said his son. So the mother of that child is not finna let that little newborn baby be around there at the granddaddy house or whatever, all laying in their bed and stuff like that. I said, no, that's that man, baby. That man is married, and that's his baby. And I said, if you zoom in on this picture, it's a lady hand. It's a shadow in this damn pillowcase, and you can see her hand with a ring on it. He done took a picture of him and his wife and they new baby and done posted it down to the internet and done cropped it out so that way, all his hoes won't be suspicious. But she got me on the line. When she got me on the line, we looked at that picture. We zoomed in that picture like this right here. I said, girl, look at that shadow. And sure as shit stank, that man was married. And that was his baby. Because he want to play on the internet. But she came to me with that. And that's something totally different. But I'm not finna be the one that end up on this man page and zooming in on his pictures and then run and say, girl, let me come show you. I think it's a woman hand right here in the shadow on this picture, but on this pillow with a ring on it, laying up there with the baby. I'm gonna look like a goddamn fool. Sure will. Donna said, "Will you feel quality if you would you feel guilty if you knew and didn't say anything? Would the relationship feel fake when you talking to her and she mentions her man? No. It ain't for me to be that invested in somebody else's relationship. What I'm gonna feel guilty for? That ain't got nothing to do with me. My friend say she happy. My friend is happy. Long as she happy, I'm happy. If she like it, I love it. I'm not gonna feel guilty. I'm not invested in them people relationship like that. Long as it doesn't matter. As long, I don't care if my friend is with a man that is not cheating on her, but he treats her bad, because people feel like the worst thing a person could do is cheat. And it's not. If my friend is with a man that treats her bad, but he doesn't cheat on her, I'm gonna have an issue with him. I'm gonna be mad that you treated my friend bad. If my friend is in a relationship with a man and she has no clue and she's happy and she ain't coming to me complaining, I ain't got to be up all night crying, and I ain't got to have somebody calling me talking about, girl, I'm finna go come pick you up so we can ride down or whatever, and she want to pull a Jasmine Sullivan and go bust the windows out the man's car and everything and have me on the passenger side being a witness to a crime and damn near an accessory or whatever, and I mess around, catch a charge, playing around with her, whatever the case may be. If she ain't doing all that, I ain't finna do nothing either. I'm not finna be collected. I would rather her be happy in a situation instead of calling me crying and ready for me to pull a hootie hoo and pull up on some man because he done hurt her feelings, and I got my own situation. I ain't got time for that. I want everybody around me to be happy and be at peace. And the last thing I'm gonna do is come running my mouth and disturb it, especially when it comes to something that I think I saw. I don't know what type of Scooby-Doo mystery people be having going on. Nah, but I ain't the one for that. I'm definitely not the one for that, honey. Not me. Mm-mm. Now, I know it's been. I feel like when it comes to people's relationships, I know a lot of times we talk about relationships and things like that in general, and that's absolutely okay. But I feel like when it comes to people's relationships and the inner workings of their relationship and what's what and all of the different moving parts, we really need to mind our business. We really need to do something safe and mind our business, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to turn out well. It's not very often that those particular situations turn out well. So I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. I haven't seen many cases where that turned out well, or you didn't have some type of resentment. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm sure they've been friends for 23 years. They have a lot of other mutual friends. The friend that was at the restaurant, the friend that's at the restaurant that said she seen the man. What she gonna do is one or two things. She either gonna tell her or not tell her and tell a lot of their other friends and put this man business in the streets. Or if she were to tell her and she don't move on it, she run around telling all the friend groups or whatever. If I were to see something like that, I would keep it to myself. And that means that I won't tell her and I won't tell nobody else. Because I wanted to make mention of that too. Because a lot of people won't tell the friend, but they'll run around within the friend groups telling everybody else. And that one situation where you seen this man out in public or whatever, now you really done put him out in the streets. He trying to be discreet, and you done put him out in the streets because you running around in the friend group running your mouth. So not only do you not tell her, don't go run around telling other people, because that's not your business to tell. And that's just how I feel about it. I feel like if he's not bringing any harm to her as far as she's concerned, or she's feeling any type of way, it's just not my business to tell. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. No, ma'am. But, I know that there are people out there, and like I said, when it comes down to these particular questions that come across my desk, they're coming across my desk for a reason. It's because people want to know my opinion on it. And my opinion is just that mine. Other people might feel a certain type of another way about it. And that's absolutely okay. And I actually can look at this objectively and see instances where it may be okay to say something, just like where Donna said previously when she said, what if your friend tell you to tell her? If your friend tell you to tell her and you tell her, that's okay. I wouldn't necessarily do it. It's okay. If you want to tell her, I'm saying what I will and won't do. I'm just giving what I won't do and what I don't think is a good idea to do. But there are instances where people will go back and tell, or they have made a pact to say, hey, if you see something suspicious, then let me know. And if that's y'all arrangement, if that's the type of understanding that you guys have, go for it. I just haven't seen it work out well either way. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to eliminate the most risk. That's all. You know what I'm saying? If I look at it and I put it on the scale, which one is my best option and what type of outcome do I get from these type of situations, I'm going to look at it from past experiences and what I've seen other people go through. And because of that, I haven't seen it go well. And that's the reason why I say, no, it's not something that I tell. And it's not something that I suggest anybody else go run and tell. Mind your business, do something safe. Brandy said, I would download text now and send a message and tell, and then delete the app. Okay. So, you really finna stir the pot if you do that. So you gonna drop a dime on this man. You gonna go incognito, drop a dime on this man. And now she really finna be dealing with a mystery, trying to figure out who it is and what's what and who is this mystery person who just messaged me. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something with that. That's loaded, Brandy, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's loaded. Think about it. Walk with me on this one, right? Say for instance, you download the text now. You send the text now to your friend. So you got her phone number. You send a message to her and tell her that you think the man is cheating, so she don't know it's you, right? I'm assuming you don't want her to know it's you, right? Because you're doing the text now. So now, not only have you given her this information, now it's going to look like the other woman done found out about her and done found her phone number and is now somewhat harassing her. So you're adding another level. You probably would just want to tell your friend, because you will be adding a whole nother level of BS, because now it's going to be like, she going to be on the phone like, I got this text message. I don't know who number this is. Who is this with my number? Now she for sure going to think he doing something. And going to be really trying to figure out what the fuck going on. So if that's how you want to play it, I mean, that's just what it is. But I feel like in that case, because it'll be so much more to it, you adding another layer to it, you might as well just go ahead and tell her. What she said, she would know though, and it wouldn't come back on me. Yeah, I feel like in that particular situation, I mean, I see where you're going with it. I definitely understand where you're going with it, but you going you adding another layer to it, and I feel like that probably would make the situation worse. What you say? You said I'm messy. You said it. I ain't have to say it. You said it, but in my mind, I was like, that's a little tad bit messy, you know. But shit, you said it. I ain't have to say it, but you already know what it is. I'm glad you I'm glad you know yourself and you spoke your truth on it, because yeah, that's messy as hell. Curtis said, if him cheating so he can deal with her, then let him work. Boy, shut your mouth and keep on talking. Let me tell you something. It might not even be that the man is cheating. The man might not even be cheating, and that's the killing part from the question that the lady sent to me. He might not even be cheating. She think she saw what she saw. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why Tyrone Davis had to write that song. Talking about the sister done lied on him. She ought to take it all back. All I got to say is this about that. You ain't seen my head. Don't know what that man got going on. You done sit here and defame this man character, fuck around and get sued playing with folks' lives like that in their relationship status, and you don't know how crazy the man is. He probably come see about you. And that's the reason. That's another thing. I don't be wanting to test people's temperament. I'm going to stay clear about a people business for you riding up like Shakana Joe getting sued and ain't nothing got nothing to do with you and the people ain't helping you. You see Shakana Joe, she done jumped in her friend's situation, and next thing you know, she done got sued and she crying down to Instagram, and she done learned her lesson, and she giving a PSA telling people to mind their business. You don't know how you gonna get caught up in people mess. Really don't. Running your mouth. You don't know how you could get caught up in people mess and how deep it's gonna run. So my suggestion is just to mind your business. And based on the length of time that they have been friends, and based on everything that lady have been through, let me tell you something. If she could be happy, let that lady be happy, because when you've been going through things, it's already hard to find somebody to like as it is. And I'm not saying settle for anything just because you have somebody that came across and they're making you happy right now. I'm not saying settle or anything like that. If you were to find out something was going on that you're not comfortable with. But if she don't tell her friend anything about this man as far as her being dissatisfied with anything. So she don't tell her anything like that. So everything seemed to be all good and it seemed to be pretty fresh. So no, I wouldn't say anything unless she said something to me. And maybe there's some people out there that might feel like with not saying anything, you're not being a good friend. Because like I said, somebody did come in on the post and was like, if she really is a good friend, then why she even need to ask this question? So some people feel like because she keep it to herself that she's not a good friend. But I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I really appreciate y'all for y'all for joining me, and keep these questions coming in. If you have a question that you would like to be addressed, definitely send it to me at Desk of Dasia on the page. You can also email it to me at deskofdasia@gmail.com. Everything will be posted anonymously. I never display your name or anything like that, or address you by name if I were to see you on the live or anything like that. So this is all confidential. You never have to worry about being blasted or whatever. If you feel uncomfortable with asking certain questions or whatever, just don't ask it. Ask something that you're more comfortable with getting out there if you feel like it's gonna be something. Uh, Make sure that y'all are tuning in to Locked and Loaded every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure that you have liked the page on YouTube and Facebook. That's Locked and Loaded at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's me and your girl, Auntie Kitty. Make sure every Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time that you are tuned in watching Coffee with Kitty, which is me, Kitty, Auntie Kitty, and Bria Brad giving you all the trending news that's going on social media. So definitely make sure that you are tuned to those different shows so you could catch your mixes Dasia along with others. So we definitely appreciate you all for the support. You can also check out Kitty Pink Radio on all like the podcast streaming stations and everything, and you can catch all of those shows on Kitty Pink Radio as well. The people say we on Spotify. I had to download Spotify, honey, and see how they're doing. It sound good over there. So if you one of those people who don't like to watch videos and you just want to hear it, you could just listen on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes. I think it's iTunes, whatever, Apple Podcasts. I think that's what iTunes is, where you listen to the music, right? And then the podcast is what you hear podcast. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy, but yeah. Make sure y'all are following us. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in with me on this Sunday, and I like and share the video. Make sure y'all do that, and make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me see if this little thing worked that I tried to pop up. I tried to do the little bell thing. Look, check this out. So make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. When you go to the YouTube, click the subscribe and the notification bell to make sure that you'll get your notifications so you won't miss any upcoming shows. Oh yeah, that turned out the way that I wanted to. So yeah, that was cute. I'm over here trying to learn all this tech stuff or whatever. So y'all bear with me. I'm seeing my video on the desktop and it looked blurry, but it don't look blurry in front of me. But hell, y'all came to see what I had to say and hear me speak my speech. So as long as you can hear me, that's all I'm worried about. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Desk of Dasia. Keep those questions coming in, and make sure that you are liking and following the page. That way you can get notifications. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to set a actual time that I do it that I do it every week, or if I'm gonna just continue with the, just popping up when I get enough in and just do it that way. I don't want the questions to get ahead of me. I don't want to, because I've been getting some good questions, and I'm sure it's going to start picking up. So I don't want to get to a point where I end up having some questions require more attention, and it ends up stretching out being a whole show. So I want to definitely take that into consideration because I want to be able to address everybody questions that come in. So I'm gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna have it a particular day of the week at a certain time. But until then, just make sure that you have liked and followed the page. That way you will get the notifications and you don't miss anything. Lou says, I'm still going to listen to your live, but you betrayed our trust, sister. Lou, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, honey. And I'm glad that you're here and you're listening. I didn't betray your trust. What you will have to understand about me, with our report that we have built, what you have to understand about me is this. One thing about it is just because I am in acquaintance with you, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still have my honest opinion about things and I'm not going to be honest. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to be agreeable. You know, we're going to disagree sometimes. We're going to clash, but I'm an adult. You're an adult, and I'm cool with somebody coming to me and saying, "Hey, I didn't like this," or the way that you thought about this was incorrect, and we clear the air. So saying betrayal, that's a big word because there haven't been anything where I stabbed you in your back. We just had a misunderstanding. You know, I was going on a rant about, 50-50, and I might have a conversation about that on the show. So the people who are here to understand why Lou has made this comment is for the simple fact, if you on my personal page, then I have been making posts about, going 50-50 and things like that. I was under the impression that he had a stance on the 50-50 thing where it was like he felt like men and women should go 50-50 in a relationship. I have my opinion on it. So I pretty much just shared his post that's on the page, that's on social media, where he was talking about he want a traditional woman. And I shared the post and I was like, it's basically interesting that men say they want a traditional woman, but they don't want to comply with the traditions that's set for men. You want the traditional woman that's going to cook and clean and be like your grandma, but you don't want to be like your grandpa. So to take that conversation and that interaction and to make it seem like you have been betrayed, that's definitely not the case. That ain't never been anything tied or attached to my name. So yeah, you could go on with it there. But I definitely appreciate you for still tuning in and to supporting and share the page. You already blocked and delete me or whatever. That was cute. You also said it's okay to disagree, but you put me on blast and it was untrue. I didn't put you on blast. You put you on blast. You made the post. I shared the post. Why you didn't make it private if you didn't want it to be? How you being put on blast when you put it on social media? I don't understand it. That makes no sense. You said I never said that. You said I said I miss her. Lou, message me. We ain't gonna do this right here. I ain't mad at you, and your ass really ain't mad at me. You just threw a little fit real quick. Just message me. It ain't that serious. It's all still love, bro. Ain't nobody mad at you. Unblock me. Let's be friends again. This man want to have a rumble with Dasia on the Desk of Dasia. This man want to rumble with me down in the comments or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna do a show and then you pop up on it. I knew you was waiting and watching after you blocked me. You missed me. That's so cute. Unblock me. Quit playing. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in to the Desk of Dasia. You see, I done had a little fight club in the middle of my show. This man done popped up with a chip on his shoulder, mad at me. The man said, I've been betrayed. Because I shared a post he posted. What the fuck? I shared a post you posted and I done betrayed you. Boy, you done betrayed yourself with the controversial ass topic. It's always love, sister. No doubt. Black power. May peace be upon you. May Allah, and whoever the choice angel Michael, bless your ass. Valerie say, I love you, Deja. I love you too. Hey, Rashida. Hey, girl. Thanks for tuning in. I'm finna tune out. I done got the fighting down in the comments or whatever. I'm tired. I'm about to go take me a shot of bourbon because this man done came on here and told me about myself. Oh, what happened down at the comments, girl? The man done went off on me, honey. Me and him, we gonna talk. It ain't nothing. You know how it is. How people get mad at me on Facebook and then they block me or whatever. But I definitely appreciate your support, Luke. Keep on supporting, share, and unblock me so we could talk. We ain't finna do this shit. I pissed you off, you pissed me off, and it's better to be pissed off than pissed on, and we could clear this shit up. It's just dead on it. But anyway, again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Desk of Dasia. If you have any questions that you would like for me to address anonymously, send it to my inbox on the page, or you can email me at deskofdasia@gmail.com. Make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. I feel like I graduated from ITT Technical Institute because I came up with this little thing I was able to do, so I'm gonna do it again. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only thing you gotta do is go to Desk of Dasia, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure that you get the notifications. Yes, God. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Like the video, share the video, and I'll see y'all the next time I plan to go live. I'll go ahead and get that set up, and so y'all can set those reminders. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Peace out.